and I found this body in the water. It was like floating and stuff, and yeah, so I called the police, and I was like, you gotta come get this body, that's gross.
What is
environmental forensics?
Environmental forensics is not what you see on TV on CSI. There's so much more to it. You have to have a degree in forensics, you have to know chemistry, biology, zoology, you have to learn the impacts on the environment, the soil, water, and air contamination and pollution.
The most basic environment clues, also known as SPORE, were used in the earliest primitive human societies and are still used by modern-day ecologists and hunters. Deer tracks in the woods, feathers on the ground, leaves on a forest floor are all SPORE that provide information about the environment surrounding the crime. This particular crime involves a boating accident when an impaired and new sailor hits some rocks and drowns and then is washed ashore. We'll see how these scientists do.
We have tested the water temperature to let us know how long the body's been there. If the water is too cold, the body has decomposed at a slower rate. If the water was warm, the body decomposed faster. We have examined the skin of the corpse as well as the core temperature of the body to tell us about the amount of rigor mortis and the lividity of the corpse has. With this, we can tell how the body was positioned at death. How this affects on the environment? Well, body fluids like blood are dangerous to the insects and animals that feed on it. Flies lay eggs on the body. Another way we can tell how long the body's been there is the amount of larvae the fly lay on the eggs and what stage the larvae are at. Our medical examiners examine the larva, and they can tell if the larva is about to hatch, so they can tell if the body's been there for a long time. Plants and how long they take to grow also determine if a body has been there for a long period of time. Due to the time it takes for certain species to grow through the tissue of the corpse, we can tell if the body has been there for a month or so, depending on the species and how long it takes to grow.
The environment provides many simple and minute clues that can point to a suspect. Things like soil and dust found on the bottom of someone's shoe can indicate hobbies, occupation, or habit. If we find a rare red clay on someone's shoe only found in shorelines, that might lead to our suspect. Samples of mud, soil, and water are collected from a crime scene to be taken to a lab and analyzed. There, they're tested for pH levels, color, and mineral particles. Other items like seeds, leaves, pollen, and fungi are also collected. They can provide chronological information because most plants only shed pollen certain times of the year.
Hi, my name is Carly Schatz, and this is where we found the body. According to how it appears, the temperature of the water seems to be warm, the body seems to be warm as well, not so much cold. So we come to analysis that the body hasn't been there for long. Also, there has not been a lot of flies larvae on it. So if there hasn't been enough time for larvae to be laid and then hatch, the flies that determine how long time the body's been there. It has occurred last night, so this could be an indication of how the body came to shore when we found it. It could have been bottom of shore out to sea. It could have been came down the shoreline and overnight no one had even noticed it. It was also found on his stomach, so it also indicates, he could have drowned, it could have been accidental, someone could have pushed him. But also, we did not find any bruises, no strangulation marks, no signs of wounds, fatal wounds, to determine if there was any violence just yet. Overall conclusion, we have narrowed it down to it could be an accidental, he could have fell off a boat, he could have fell off with something, hit his head. We have no idea of that yet so far until the examiner comes back with results. Or it could have been a suicide. Maybe it was intentional. Maybe we had no signs of clear, maybe pill consumption, or he could have just jumped off a really high bridge and drowned himself.
No crazy questions.
This is an interview between me and Caleb. This is in the concern of the disappearance of your brother, Ben. So when was the last time you seen him?
I saw him 3 days ago.
And where was this at?
This was at his birthday party at his house.
Was it a small party or just family there?
There was a lot of family, but it was also some of his friends as well.
Okay. Was there any craziness, like drinks, drugs involved?
There was some drinks, but nothing too crazy. It was just, I mean, there were kids there, so.
How's the relationship with you and your brother?
It's all right. I mean, he kind of owes me some money, but it was only like $1,000.
Yeah. Did he get anything expensive for his birthday? Maybe you say jealous of? Made you jealous?
Well, he did get a boat, but I'm not really jealous. I've never really actually, like, I don't really like boating that much.
You don't? And your brother does?
You could say he likes boats. More than me.
Who got him the boat?
My mom did.
Your mom? So you're not jealous at all, are you sure? He owes you $1,000. You got a brand new boat from his mom, your mom.
I don't know what you're trying to suggest. I mean, I'm worried about him. I'm not sure where he is.
Okay, that's true. Does he have any illnesses? Maybe that could, solve the reason why he's been gone so long.
Just asthma, but he's always been able to control it pretty well, I think.
All right. Sure, you're not a little nervous, Caleb? When your brother's missing, or are you just worried?
Well, I'm worried and nervous. I mean, I'm being interrogated for no reason. I don't understand. I mean, he's gone, and I'm worried about where he is.
Okay. And so after that birthday party, and what have you been doing since? You have any job, or maybe go to school? What?
I just go to school, and I'm trying to get an education.
Are you full-time at school?
Part-time.
Part-time? Do you stay busy though? Do you have a job?
Yeah, I have a job as well, but it's part-time. So I mean, I have some time on my hands.
So could we confirm that you've been at school and/or a job place since you last seen your brother?
Well, yeah, mostly. I mean, I haven't come into contact with them.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to break this news to you, but since you're clear now, I just want to let you know that your brother has been found this morning. And he's not alive. He's been found on the shore, and we're under investigation of how he exactly died.
The lab results are in. There were no footprints found along the shoreline to prove that there was someone there. The boat was later discovered offshore up against some rocks, and video surveillance also shows that he was alone when he left the boat dock 3 days prior. The autopsy report came back clarifying that an asthma attack while being in the freezing cold water is what filled his lungs with water, causing him to asphyxiate, and that's what killed this young man. So, good job, team!